Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully everybody's having a powerful Saturday, man. Y'all see the subject matter, man. We talking about entrepreneurship, man. One of my favorite things to talk about. As y'all know, I walked away from corporate America about 2 years ago. Haven't looked back since, man. So I'm a big advocate of self-employment, entrepreneurship, investing, just self-sufficiency in general, man. That's one of my favorite things to talk about. And with the way the world is unfolding, more and more people are going to have to get on board when it comes to doing for self. If you truly after that liberation, if you truly after that freedom. The only way to truly acquire it, man, I got a book. I forgot the name of the book. I think it's called How to Get Rich. And man, like the first sentence, it tell you, man, you will never get rich working for somebody else. You know, so we got to understand that, again, it's a means to an end, these corporate jobs. But it's not the end of itself, you know. So you utilizing that corporate job, you utilizing the funds from that corporate job to fund your freedom. D, peace, what's happening? D, it depends on what the business is, man. It literally depends on the business. CEO, peace, what's happening? Depends on the business. Some businesses you might need more money to start them up than other businesses. So it really just kind of depends. But like everything, man, you got to protect it, man, and you got to make it legal out here. So get that LLC and things like that. And that's an inexpensive process. That don't take long. But you got to register that business first and foremost. So when you come up with the name, you know what I'm saying? You got to register the fictitious name if it's one, and then you get the LLC under that fictitious name. You know, pay the fee for that. You know, and I guess the fee depends on what city you registering it in. And then, you know, the copyright, the trademarks, all of those things, get everything protected. And then once you do that, then it's like, all right, let me see how much money I need to get this thing going. Some businesses, like I said, you may need a little bit more. Some businesses don't require as much as some people think. So it just all depends. But definitely want to get everything registered first. Definitely want to do that. Anthony, peace, G, what's happening? God is peace, Queen, what's happening? Patrick, what's the word? Yeah, Anthony, that's all I paid for mine was 50. You know, 50, that's it. You know, and, I went to school for business. So one of the best things you can do is map out like a business plan, exit strategies, marketing plans, and all of that type of good stuff, man. You definitely want to make sure you construct a business plan or have some type of vision for the business. Lindell, peace, what's happening? Louisiana, peace, what's happening? But yeah, man, we got, especially in the black community. In the black community, we one of the only communities where it's like frowned upon to encourage people to do for themselves. So you really only hear this a lot of times in the black communities where they say, oh, being a boss ain't for everybody. Entrepreneurship ain't for everybody. It's frowned upon to promote entrepreneurship a lot of times in the black community. Everybody feel like they not designed to do it. We the only community that thinks that. And it's sad because we are the community that owns less than 1% of everything in this country. So if anybody is pushing entrepreneurship or ownership, it should be black people, because we definitely need more black entrepreneurs and more black business owners. But we are the main people that's like, nah, everybody not designed to be an entrepreneur. Everybody not designed to be a boss. Well, everybody not designed to be broke too. But yet most of us are living paycheck to paycheck. So y'all telling me we not designed for entrepreneurship, which is one of the true ways to get to that financial freedom. But y'all telling me we designed to be broke, we designed to be struggling. We designed to be going paycheck to paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck. We designed for that, but we not designed to own, we not designed to invest, we not designed to be entrepreneurs. Incorrect. Incorrect. Clocks in, peace, what's happening? Incorrect. You are definitely designed, you are definitely capable of being an entrepreneur. You are capable of being self-sufficient. You are capable of learning how to invest. Like these things you are capable of doing. Very capable of doing. Everybody is capable of learning how to invest. It is really not that complicated once you sit down and do the knowledge to it. And you figure out what form of investing suits you the best. Once you figure this out, it's not complicated. But again, choose one lane. Don't try to do all the investing. Oh, I'm a day trade. Then I'm going to do dividend trading. No. Then I'm going to do crypto. No, find one form of investing that makes the most sense to you. Master that. And there you go. That's going to be your way to freedom. So you ain't got to necessarily be an entrepreneur, be a business owner. You learning how to invest. You done found out a form of investing that suits you well. So now you're going to use this corporate job, and that's going to fund your invested in. Next thing you know, 10, 15, 20 years have passed. Now financially you free because you mastered one form of investing and you use that corporate job to fund that. So again, we all designed to do this, man. We are all equipped and capable mentally to do this. So we need to stop with the nonsense. Oh, Louisiana for sure, 100%. You say we rely so heavily on the government, and that's our biggest problem, relying on that government. You know, forget the government. The same government that don't care anything about us. That's that dependency that they love to see. You know, they created that dependency within us, so they love to see us depend on them. They know they got us. The moment we become self-sufficient and we disconnect from that dependency, oh, they got a problem. They got to start bombing neighborhoods and things like that. Clocks in, exactly, man. It's like we got that fear of just doing. Man, I'm telling you, man, I know just some talented people, and they don't want to take their talents and do their own thing because they have all of these fears, man, that were instilled in them since we were children, man. Like when you tried to tell somebody you wanted to own a business when you was a kid, more than likely, your people was looking at you like, nah, that's not necessarily a good idea. I don't think you should do that. You should go find a job, work that 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Then on the weekends, you do your own thing on the side. See, that's how black people have been taught. We have been taught that our own endeavors are nothing but side hustles. That's how we was raised. If you want to do something for yourself, that's nothing more than a side hustle. That could never be your main hustle. That's how a lot of us were taught. Yeah, if you like to do such and such, just do that on the side. So you work for them full time and you do this on the side. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. Yeah, this can start off as your side hustle, but then it eventually becomes your main hustle. That's the part that they leave out. They just tell you, nah, you do your thing on the side. You know what I'm saying? You work this 9 to 5 though. That's your main hustle. That's your main. Like, nah, forget that. Focus on that side hustle, then that side hustle becomes the main hustle, then eventually you leave the corporate world. Because again, man, these jobs, these corporations, they don't care nothing about you for the most part. D Monty, peace, what's happening? D for sure. Always teach the babies, man. Always prepare the future. Always, man. When you learn about investing, when you learning about entrepreneurship, when you learning about anything pertaining to business, you teach that to the babies. You teach that to them. Oh, AJ, for sure. Oh, you thinking too big or it's unrealistic and things like that. Man, do y'all realize most of the devices that we use today, do y'all realize at one point it was very unrealistic? Like at what point, I was in the era before smartphones. So if somebody would have came out, like when somebody came, the first person that thought about, man, we're going to have a phone where you able to do everything we able to do on these phones. Do you know how people was looking at that person? Like, oh man, you crazy, man. You crazy. That ain't gonna make no sense. That ain't gonna be a real thing. Then here we go. Now everybody got a smartphone. So the original idea, people were looking at that person crazy. Before the internet was in existence and somebody was explaining the internet, people was looking at them like, oh no, you tripping. That ain't gonna never happen. That's far-fetched. You thinking too big. Then here we go. So that's how it always starts. So that's how you know you're on the right track, man. When you got an idea and everybody looking at you like you crazy and you thinking too big, that is what you need to pursue. When you have an idea and everybody looking at you like, man, that sounds like you thinking you dreaming a little too big. That's probably your money maker right there. That's what you need to focus on. When everybody looking at you like, nah, man, you need to get more realistic. That's the game changer right there. That's your game changing idea. The idea that everybody trying to tell you no to, nah. That's the one you need to stick with. That's the one you need to stick with for sure. When everybody telling you, nah, that's not a good idea, that's unrealistic, that ain't feasible, nah, that's the one. That's the one that you focus on heavy. That is the one that you focus on heavy. Just look around, all the devices that we got, man. At one point, it was crazy. It was a crazy idea. At one point, it was a crazy idea to mention smartphones, the concept of a smartphone. Like, what? It's a crazy idea. Andrew, peace, what's happening? But yeah, man, we gotta, like, the energy, man, like, behind entrepreneurship, man, it's gotta increase, man. It's gotta get a little more powerful. Because again, like I said, years down the line, we focusing on the future for a brief second. Y'all ain't gonna have no choice. So again, that's why I'm constantly pushing it. Especially if we after generational wealth. How you gonna be talking about generational wealth and the only way that you generating some income is via a 9-to-5 corporate job? You can't pass that down. So you got this corporate job, you're not learning anything about investing, you're not learning anything about how to run a business, you're not learning anything about mastering the internet technology, none of that. You just got this 9-to-5 corporate job and you out here talking about generational wealth. There's no way that you can create this generational wealth simply via a corporate job. It's impossible, man. You got to invest. You got to own something. That's generational wealth. That's generational wealth, man. Ownership, investing. That is how we acquire generational wealth, man. Assets. Again, things that accumulate value over time. That is generational wealth, not a 9-to-5 corporate job. That is not going to lead to generational wealth. We have got to get out of that mindset. I don't care how much money you are making at that corporate job. If you are not taking that money and investing it, and again, practicing ownership, acquiring assets, then again, there will be no generational wealth. And I don't care if you're making 6 figures at this job. I don't care. Intelligent mind, peace. What's the word? What's happening? So again, I don't care what your salary is at your 9-to-5. Again, if you're not acquiring assets with it, if you're not practicing ownership, if you're not investing, then there is no generational wealth that is going to rise from that. None at all. And again, generational wealth is the name of the game. That's what we after. At least that's what we saying. So if generational wealth is really the name of the game, if that's truly what we after, then again, we got to start putting these things into motion and we got to start teaching these things more. These are the things, as we keep talking about, that need to be going viral, you know? When somebody's talking about wealth, when somebody is talking about entrepreneurship, when somebody is talking about investing, how often do you see these things go viral in the black community? But again, we can have a staged incident in regards to the baby mama with the McDonald's and that whole situation. And I figured it was staged, but it was a conversation piece. But I figured it was staged from the rip. But that something like that'll go viral. But we start talking about investing, then it's like people don't want to hear that language. People think it's too complex, and it's really not. People start talking about entrepreneurship and being self-employed and business ownership, things like that. Everybody want to tune out. It gets complicated. People don't want to hear that. But that's the stuff that we need to hear. Big Smooth, what's happening? Oh, D, man, get that LLC. You know what I'm saying? Get it registered. Get it. And then learn. This is another thing. I always talk about knowledge being the foundation of everything in existence. I'm telling you, read everything you can in regards to, for one, your industry, because that's your craft. So whatever it is, like whatever your idea is, whatever you thinking about going into business for, master that craft. Put your hours in. Practice. If it's a service, practice. Reps. You know what I'm saying? Put your hours in. What they say, 10,000 hours, man, put your hours in. Read everything you can about it. Put in as much practice as you can. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to be a barber, man, cut that hair. That's the only way that you're going to get good at it. You got to cut the hair, man. You got to do it. Practice makes perfect, man. Repetition. Again, read everything that you can about it. And then on the business side, man, study the business side. Man, get every book you can on marketing. I'm telling you, that's going to be one of the keys. So whatever you're striving to go into business for, learn about marketing. Learn about just how to be a good leader. Things like that, man, it's going to be important. You're going to have to learn about these things, man. Master the internet. So stay up to date in regards to the algorithms and how constantly things are changing. These are things that you got to master. It might not be the stuff that you want to read, but it's going to be what you need to read. So that's what we got to realize, man. As we get older, man, it's not about what you want to do at this point. It's about what you need to do. That's how we got to look at life, man. So you got to read everything you can about business, man, from the tax laws, all of that. Know what you can and cannot write off. Know how to go about writing it off, like all of that type of stuff. It's going to be crucial. Learn the basics of accounting. So even if you hire somebody or when you get in a position to hire somebody to do that for you, you know that you're not getting gypped because you learn the basics. So again, I recommend all of that. Learn the basics of everything pertaining to business and master your craft. So whatever it is, whatever your craft is, man, master your craft. I don't care if you want to be a comedian. Man, it's been plenty of people that have written books about being a comedian. Study the comics, man. Study the comedians. Read the books about it. Read every book that you can about being a comedian. Study all the comedians. Study all your favorite comedians. And then go out there and perform. You keep doing that, that's your formula, man. You keep doing that, you eventually gonna find your niche, you're gonna find your lane, and then boom, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And then know and understand that you gonna fail, man. You're gonna have moments where you fail. And again, everybody's like, nah, it ain't a failure. If you forget that, you gonna fail. Like, you gonna take L's, and I'm not even talking about lessons. You just gonna take losses. Whether it's financial losses, I don't care. Like, you gonna take some losses. When you start doing things for yourself, you're gonna take losses, man. It's gonna happen. It's a part of the game. It's a part of the game, and that's part of what we fear. We fear going into business for ourselves and not being as successful. But that's gonna happen though. You're not gonna come out the gate. I don't care what the business is. I don't care how good you think you are. Initially, when you first start, they say about the first 3 to 5 years, like, you're not gonna generate any revenue for real, man. You're not gonna be able to pay yourself. That's normal. Don't beat yourself up over the head like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's the first 3 years and I still ain't made no profit. That's normal. Keep it going. Keep fighting. Eventually, man, your passion gonna lead you to that promised land. So don't give up, man. I see a lot of people going to business for themselves and things not working out within like the first 6 to 12 months or whatever, man. And they beating themselves up over the head. No, stay with it, man. Stay with it. Stay committed. Stay committed. Stay committed. For real. I was reading a book. I just finished reading a book, Your Next 5 Moves. And he kept it simple, man. He was just like, man, like, when you going into business, man, he was like, ask yourself some questions like, man, what do you want to be in this industry? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want to be in this industry? Like, what are you striving to do? Like, let's focus on YouTube, man. If you're getting on YouTube, it's like, what are you striving to be on YouTube? Like, what is your identity? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, like, what is your identity? What are you striving to be? What do you want people to take away from your platform, from your channel? Like, that's your mission, that's your purpose. So then once you write that out, it's like, now I got something to focus on. This is what I want to be. Anything that is causing me to deviate from this, I'm not going to put it out into the atmosphere. So the only type of content that I'm going to put out is things that are revolving around this person that I want to be. My identity. You know? So that's the only content that I'm going to put out because that's my purpose. So now I'm mastering this identity. This is who I want to be. This is what I want to be. This is what it takes to be that. Let me study all of this. And let me be the best. Let me be the best, whatever it is, whatever my identity is. Let me be the best at it. Let me be the go-to person when it comes to fitness. Let me be the go-to person when it comes to just mastering life in general, life coach. You know, whatever it is that you decide upon. Now you studying it and you mastering that craft. You mastering that content. And now you striving to be the best at that. That's it. It's that simple, man. Put your hours in. It ain't gonna happen overnight. It ain't gonna happen overnight. It might take you 4 or 5 years of just hard work. A lot of times people only see the success story. Like, man, they see the person once they get to 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, man. But they ain't see that person had a channel for 10 years, and they just got to this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't show that part. People don't be seeing that part. You know, you might see the athlete sign this $200 million contract, but man, look at all the work they put up for the first 20 years of their life before they got that contract. All the hours they spent in the gym practicing. The parents had them in that gym practicing hour after hour after hour. That's the part that people don't be seeing. They only see that end part when they sign that contract for $200 million, for $100 million. Like, nah, it's something that led up to that. It was called hard work and consistency. You know, so again, understand that, man. If it take you 5 years to get to a decent point, it's just gonna take you 5 years. But just because you didn't reach it after a year, man, don't necessarily mean anything. Just because you're not there after year 2, don't mean anything. It means keep it pushing, keep going. Don't mean give up. Don't mean give up. Shantae, peace, what's happening? Antoinette, what's happening? Cryptox, peace, what's happening? Oh, hey, Les Brown is my guy. Les Brown is my guy. Like, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do motivational speaking, or I wanted to be a motivational speaker. I was listening to a lot of Les Brown, got a lot of his books, for sure. Shantae, for sure. It's definitely hard, but what they say, that pays off. That pays off. That pays off. Ronald, peace, what's happening? 4 Elements, peace. The Wool, peace, what's happening? But yeah, that hard work, it definitely pays off. If I know something to be right and exact, it's definitely that hard work eventually pays off. And you gotta stay with it. Again, once you write that purpose down, you got that purpose on some paper, man. That's what you focus on. This purpose, this passion. Like, I'm doing everything for this purpose, man. I gotta make sure the purpose is fulfilled. So when you put that emotion and that conviction behind that purpose, there's no way that you could fail. No way. As long as you stay consistent, you got that emotion and that conviction back in that purpose, man, back in what you wrote down on that index card or on that notebook paper, whatever. You got that emotion and that conviction back in it, you good. You good. Now all you got to do is just follow the formula. All you got to do is put the things into motion. Just keep it going. That's it. That's it. So we understand, like, the stuff is going to be hard. It's going to be complicated. But again, that's the beauty of life. And honestly, that's how I like it, man. The more complicated something is, man, the greater it feels when you, like, accomplish it. Like, when you conquer it. Like, man, this was like a complicated journey. It was very difficult. So the moment I conquer it, the moment I, like, accomplish whatever it was I was striving to accomplish, man, it feels that much better. If it was easy, I don't even feel fulfilled when I accomplish it, when I conquer it. It's like, that was too easy. I need something. It's almost like when you working out and you do a workout, you was like, man, that was too easy. I ain't even break a sweat. You need something else, man. Like, you not satisfied with that workout. Like, man, I worked out for 45 minutes and I ain't break a sweat. I wasted my time. That's how you gonna feel. And I feel like life is the same way, man. I feel like, man, if I'm not putting in some complicated work, man, some hard work, then I'm wasting my time. So I need something that's challenging. Like, I need something that's challenging. D Monte, for sure, man. CT Fletcher, man, I'm telling you, all them back in the day, man, they was getting me through life. They was getting me through life, man. CT Fletcher, man, Les Brown, hey, Eric Thomas, all of them, man, they was getting me through life, man. Eric Thomas, man, every time I popped him up, he was just hollering at me. So I needed that energy, man. Like, I needed that energy. CT Fletcher, man, all of them, man, they was getting me through life at a time where it was, like, a little rough. So I was like, all right, bet. So I'll be forever thankful for, like, the motivational speakers, man. Hey, a lot of people might hear some of the motivational speakers and be like, oh, they ain't saying nothing new. But, man, like, what they do is needed. What they do is needed. What they do is needed. I'm telling you, it's been plenty of days where I was like, boom, like, I'm not feeling it, but I'll throw some Eric Thomas on, and I'm like, man, let me go ahead and get up, man. Like, let me stop playing, man. Let me stop playing with myself, man. Let me stop making these excuses, man, because I'm hearing what I need to hear. Or I go tap into some CT Fletcher, man, and I just see the type of weight that he was lifting and the amount of reps he was doing. Like, let me stop making these excuses. Let me get to it, Ronald, for sure. For sure, yeah, that consistency. And that consistency is key. That was my biggest problem, man. One of my flaws, like, when I was analyzing myself, when I was examining myself some years ago, like, that was my biggest flaw, man, just inconsistent. It's like, man, I'll be doing something that I know is working, and then I stop. And I would never have a reason for stopping. I would just stop. Like meditation. Man, I'll meditate and I might be doing it for like a month or some weeks or whatever, getting some good results, and then I just stop. And then once I stop, it's like it's hard starting back up when it comes to stuff like that. Or I'll wake up every morning and I'll type some words out, man, work on some books. Then next thing I stop. So I just wrote it down like, man, inconsistency is a problem. So I had to dig deep to try to figure out why was I being so inconsistent. So again, man, that's one of the best ways to just evolve as a person. Like, be honest with yourself, man. Really analyze your weakness. It's easy for us to, like, focus on our strengths. It's easy for you to sit down and say, I'm strong at X, Y, and Z. But you got to figure out your weaknesses, man. You got to write them weaknesses down. So you got to be able to self-evaluate and be like, man, I got a problem with consistency. Why do I have this problem with consistency? Try to really figure that out. A lot of people don't necessarily do that. We want to run from our problems. We want to make it seem like we ain't got no weaknesses. Nah, we got plenty of weaknesses. And that was one of my major ones, just being inconsistent. So I had to get to the bottom of that, man. I had to get to the bottom of inconsistency. Like, man, why am I starting things that I know good and well is going to lead me to this freedom, this promised land that I'm striving for? Why do I keep stopping these things? So I had to just keep asking. And it just boiled down, man. It just boils down to just laziness at the end of the day for me. Like, man, I'd rather just do something else. Being lazy. So that's what it boiled down to me, man. It was just mentally and physically lazy. So I just had to stop being lazy. Oh, D, for sure. For sure. Shante, I'm telling you, man, people make you feel like you're crazy for doing anything that's beneficial for self. People make you feel like you're crazy for choosing to eat right. People make you feel like you're crazy for saying, I'm finna go into business for myself. Like, people make you feel like you're crazy for meditating, for establishing peace, being peaceful rather than destructive and negative. People make you feel like you're crazy for all of that. Oh, man, I want to read more. I want to educate myself more. Oh, you must be crazy. Oh, I want to go pescatarian, vegan. You must be crazy. I want to work out 4 or 5 days a week. You must be crazy. Like, man, people make you feel like you're crazy for any healthy decision you make, any positive decision that you make in life. Montel, peace, what's happening? DB, for sure. Procrastination, y'all already know. It's like I'm a master procrastinator, so I definitely done had to get to the bottom of that procrastination. And both of those, for me, boil down to just laziness, man. It's laziness. So I just had to be like, nah, man, stop being lazy. So I talk to myself anytime I feel that bug approaching me. Anytime I feel like I'm about to be inconsistent or indecisive or procrastinate, I talk to myself. Stop being lazy, bro. Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy, bro. Because it's laziness. Like, it ain't no excuse. Like, if I'm supposed to do something and I push it off, it ain't really no reason for me pushing it off other than I'm lazy right now. I'm being lazy. Like, that's it. I'm being lazy. I'm being lazy. That's it. That's literally it. That's the only reason I'm pushing something off. I'm pushing it off. And then just with the inconsistency, the same way. It's like it don't take nothing, man, to just make an excuse. Like, I missed my meditation one day. It's like, now I'm finna miss a whole month. Like, nah, that ain't how that's supposed to go, man. Montel, you would think it's natural, but now it's natural for people to do things that's destructive, that's not beneficial to them. Now it's natural for people to eat the wrong way. That's what you know what I'm saying? Now it's natural for us to focus on just toxicity when it comes to like media and things like that. So now we doing the total opposite. So we not focusing on what's beneficial to us. We focusing on the things that are not beneficial to us, that are destructive, that are toxic, that are chaotic. That's what we gravitating towards now. That's where nature has led us now. So unfortunately, when you gravitate towards things that's beneficial to you now, the whole world looking at you crazy because they doing the total opposite. Because that's the way of the world now. So everybody else gravitating towards what's destructive, you gravitating towards what's healthy, and they looking at you like, what are you doing? Why are you eating this banana instead of this McDonald's? Like, wait a minute, that don't make any sense. Because that's the way of the world. The way of the world, everybody gonna go toward 90% of this population gonna go toward this McDonald's. While it might be 5 to 10%, we gonna grab it, but then we gonna grab the 2 bananas. So it is what it is. So I accepted that. I'm thinking about going into business for myself. I knew who to share that with. Again, you be mindful. Like, I'm not gonna share all my, and I mean no harm. It's just certain people, whether it's family, associates, friends, whatever you want to refer to them as, it's just certain people I'm not going to share certain things with because I already know the energy they going to come with. And I don't need that. So if I got a big endeavor that I know I'm about to, that I'm about to pursue, certain people just not going to know until it's actually manifested. Till it's actually born, as we like to call it. Certain people just going to have to see the finished product. They can't know about the process. So I treat a lot of people like that. I've learned that over the years. I know who I can share certain things with. versus who I can. I know. So if I know you one of those ones that's gonna come with that like doubtful energy, if I got certain endeavors that I'm putting into motion, like you're not gonna know about it. And if you take offense, oh well. But you know what type of energy you put out. We don't need that energy, man. We don't need that doubtful energy. Yeah, I can overpower that energy, but I don't need. Why would I need to do that? Why would I put myself in that position? Why would I share something with somebody knowing what type of energy they're gonna come from, even if I can overpower their energy or not? It's like it's pointless to even share something with that person. If you know this person gonna come with all negative, unsupportive energy, don't even share it with them. Don't even share it with them. Like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. Like, I know how they gonna come with. I know how they coming. So I ain't gonna waste my time. A lot of times we waste our time. You trying to force somebody to be happy for you. Like, you can't do that, man. You can't do that, man. Let's be real. Most people are in a miserable state mentally. So nah, they're not gonna be happy for you. They don't want to see you putting things into motion that they wish they could put into motion. Yeah, they're not gonna root for you. You wish and you hope and you pray, whatever you do, you hope that they will, but they not though. Because they not in the right space mentally. So it is what it is. So I'm not gonna share anything with you. You gonna see it when it happens. And you go like, they said all the time, Dag, I ain't even know you was doing such and such. That was intentional. That was intentional. Intentional. All DB for sure. And you just gotta treat them as such, man. Unfortunately, you gotta treat them like some of those strangers. What they say, don't talk to strangers. Like, you gotta treat some of your family members like that when it comes to certain goals, man. When it comes to just certain things that you are striving to pursue in life, unfortunately. But it's all good though. D Monty, peace, what's happening? It's all good. Like, like I mentioned the blog I did to y'all because I'm like, y'all will support it. I ain't gonna mention it to people that I know ain't gonna read the blog post and gonna buy no books from this. I ain't even gonna mention it to them. What would be the point? What would be the point of me bringing that up to somebody in my family that I know doesn't read and they not gonna read my blog post? What's the point of me saying, hey, if I created a blog revolving around book reviews, would you fool with it? Or do you think that's a good idea? Why would I introduce that to a person that I know don't read, don't care to read, don't care to be informed and educated? That's a waste of time. Waste of time and energy. All for them to be like, I don't know about that. Yeah, you don't know about that because you don't read, but it's a whole market of people that they read, that their foundation is education. They like to be educated, Oh, D Monty for sure, man. You already know. Constantly evolving, man. That's the motto for life, and I'm constantly evolving. I'm striving to be better than the person I was yesterday. I'm striving to be better than the person I was 2 hours ago. So we always evolving. What they say, motion is medicine, and that's physically and mentally, man. So we always, man, we just always on the move, just mentally and physically striving to improve and evolve. Like, that's it. That's always the game plan. We always striving to be better. And then when we striving to be better, whatever we implement that led to that evolution, we striving to teach it. So that's the way I'm going about life, man. So when I come across something that's helping me with my elevation and evolution, then I'm going to teach that to the next person, which the next people will be y'all, So I bring it right to this here platform and I'm like, boom, this is what I learned, or this is what I'm implementing. And hopefully it helps y'all. Hopefully y'all implement it, man, and y'all find some jewels in it. That's why I do what I do. Sharif and peace, what's happening? Oh, God is, yeah, for sure. Yeah, them energy drainers. Hey, K Reno got a song, that's one of my favorite rappers, man, and he called them dream assassins. He called them dream assassins, man. He said he said something about a dream assassin, and he said, like, what's that? He said that's a person that once you share your dreams with them, they start blasting. And that's what they are, man, dream assassins. You share some dreams with a person, man, they just gonna start instantly shooting it down. That would be a dream assassin, and I know plenty of them. I know plenty of dream assassins, man. I know plenty of people that when you share a dream with them, instantly they shooting it down. Like that dream, you don't even finish the sentence. You don't even finish explaining the dream. They shooting it down. Mid-explanation, the dream is shot down. And I know plenty of them. I stay away from them. I stay away from the dream assassins, man. I don't deal with them. I don't deal with them at all. I don't need that energy in the atmosphere, man, because you got to understand, even when you not around, some of these dream assassins, they still talking bad about you. So you don't need that energy in the atmosphere. Y'all know how I go when y'all leave a room and they still talking about you. People do the same thing when you share your dreams with them. So you were sharing a vision and a dream with them. They don't believe in it. So even when you're not around, they talking about you to the next family member, about how you shouldn't be doing this, about how you done for doing this or pursuing this. Like, nah, we don't need that, man. We do not need that energy. That's why I say we're not about to share that with everybody. So then you can go behind my back gossiping and trying to get everybody else on board about why this is a bad move for me. Like, nah, I ain't got time for that. You trying to convert people over to that thought process. Nope. Nope. So if I know that's how you coming, man, you would just have to see the finished product and you gonna hit me with the, man, I ain't even know you was doing all this. Rightfully so. It was intentional. You're not supposed to know. Delano, peace, what's happening? So it is what it is. Stay away from them dream assassins, man. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Stay away from them, man. Again, boom. Y'all know it ain't hard to tell. It ain't hard to determine who is the dream assassin. It's not hard to determine. Y'all know them. Right now, if I ask y'all to name them, y'all know them. Y'all know the names of the people, man. Y'all know the dream assassins, man. Y'all know them. Unfortunately, it's most of y'all family members. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. It's a harsh reality. But if I ask y'all to name y'all dream assassins right now, it'd be probably the closest people to you. Unfortunately. So it is what it is. Big top piece, what's happening? What's the word? But black people, man, we gotta do better, man, in the financial department, the economic department, man. We too satisfied with being broke, man. They didn't made it a sin. They didn't made us afraid to strive for wealth. They didn't made it seem like if you strive for large amounts of income that you're gonna be corrupt. That ain't the name of the game, man. Trust me, you can still be righteous and get your money up. So they got people afraid to pursue getting their money up out here. You know what I'm saying? We live in America, man. I don't care how metaphysical your thought process is. We live in America. You see the gas price? Like, listen, it takes money in your bank account to pay for gas, man. It takes money in your bank account to pay for food. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how metaphysical you are, like you still need some income out here, man. So I don't care where you at with your level of thinking. I don't care if you can astro play. I don't care what. I don't care if you do any of that. I don't care if you do any of that, man. I'm finna do some astro projection, all that type of stuff. I don't care anything about any of that. At the end of the day, we gonna need this money. We gonna need something in our bank account to pay for this gas, to pay for this food. So again, we gotta stop being satisfied with penny pinching, living paycheck to paycheck. That's dead, man. We like the only group of people that be like, that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody was designed to be. Man, nah, get out of that, man. We deserve our piece of the so-called pie just like everybody else. We deserve to own half of this, more than half of this country. We deserve to own 100% of this country. So we deserve ownership just like everybody else. So we got to shift that mentality, man. We got to shift that, man. You deserve to be on the Forbes list just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to be a billionaire just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? If these white folks deserve to get their billions, we deserve to get it too. We deserve to get more than them because of what our people have been through. So no, we not finna just sit back and watch everybody else accumulate all this wealth and we don't. Nah, that's dead. That's dead. I don't care how people view me. Oh, that's materialism. I ain't worried about. It ain't about worrying about the money. We know that we are in the wilderness of North America and it's a game. And we mastering the game that we in. And part of this game is generating that income, generating that revenue, because that's gonna lead to us acquiring these assets, and that's gonna lead to the generational wealth. So we know and understand that it's a game, man. So we playing this game to win. And then when we win this game, boom, now we are in control. We got our power back. That's what they did. They studied us. Then they studied the original man so they could master the original man. So we studying them. We studying who we call the colored man, because that's them. So we studying them so we can master them. So we can put things into motion to get our spot back. D Monty, for sure. And that's just why I be looking at folks, man. When you start talking about money, when you start talking about getting that income up, when you start talking about side hustles, everybody looking at you sideways. It's like, man, we gotta get that money up, man. We gotta get that money up. We got to get that money up, because then that's going to lead to us getting our wealth up. Again, we ain't talking about necessarily the dollar bill, because we know the dollar bill is worthless, man. You know, but we talking about, hey, we talking about leaving that legacy. We talking about ownership. We talking about investing. We talking about getting land. How you going to get this land, man? How you going to get this land? How you going to invest that? How you going to invest? You know what I'm saying? Like, the more money, the more income you generate, man, the more land you can get, the more you can invest, and the faster you will get to that state of freedom. Of financial freedom. DeMonte, for sure, man. And somebody asked me what I thought about reparations. I was like, at the end of the day, we can cancel Christmas on them giving us reparations. We're gonna have to take it. We're gonna have to create opportunities for ourselves. I mean, and at the end of the day, that's what it is. So I'm not looking for a handout. I'm not looking for them to give me some type of opportunity. Nope, I'm going to create that opportunity for myself. Like, that's what we got to do. But a lot of people are afraid to do that. I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not afraid to take what they call L's. You know, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Everybody else understand that. We don't, though. You know, people start coming up with all type of excuses as to why they can't do their own thing. Oh, I got kids, or I ain't got no time. That's all excuses. You mean to tell me that there has never been a situation where somebody had several kids and they still went out and did their own thing and took a risk? Like, I know plenty of them. So again, that's just an excuse. That's just an excuse. That's all it is. We full of excuses as people. That's all it is, man. Full of excuses. All of this stuff, man, is the information is easily accessible. I'm telling you, man, they have written the rules down. Again, all y'all do is study them. They put it in all the books. That's why they say you want to hide something from us, put it in the book. Man, they giving you a blueprint. They telling you what to do. They telling you what they do. All you got to do is read it. They have literally gave us the rules to the game. All we got to do is sit back and read it and put the things into motion. But since they got us so programmed, they know that for the most part, we're not going to do that. So then that's why when they see people that's doing it, they like, oh, snaps. He actually out here studying us. He putting our things into motion. That's what they did to us. When you look at the Elvis Presley, we ain't even gonna get started on that, man. But when you look at the Elvis Presleys, man, I was even watching, you know what I'm saying? I was watching the documentary on the, you know what I'm saying, them little white boy bands, the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and just how they stole their style from Boys to Men, things like that, man. All they do is study us, and then boom, implement what we have done, steal our whole thing and run with it. So I'm gonna do that on the financial end. I'm going to look at what they doing, and I'm going to steal their formulas, and I'm going to run with it. And I'm going to create my generational wealth. That's how I'm going to do it. They ain't got no shame in doing that for us, so I'm going to steal their formula. Okay, this is how Warren Buffett did it. Then I'm going to steal that formula. This is how I'm finna do it. And then I'm going to create this generational wealth for myself. Because trust me, Warren Buffett has a formula, and it's out here. You know, so again, they done studied us. They done stole our ways. They done stole the things that we have done. So now we're going to do that to them. Oh, Ronald, for sure. Every time somebody say money is the root of all evil, first of all, I think it like the love of money. You know what I'm saying? And that's, again, that's when it becomes a problem. And even then it might not become a problem. It all really just depends on the person, man. Because you got plenty of people that can love money, but then that don't necessarily mean they're gonna be evil and wicked with it. They just love getting money. You know, they just love getting money. Now it's certain things they not gonna do for the money. Like, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes a problem. When you become obsessed. Like, oh, okay, now it's a problem. Because now you willing to sell your own people out, sell yourself out for the money. Now that's when it's a problem. But we look at money as a tool. We look at money as a tool, and that tool can lead us to the creation of generational wealth. That's all. That's it. It's nothing deep, but we know that we need it. I don't care how deep somebody trying to get on here mentally. At the end of the day, they're going to go to the gas station, and they're going to need some money to get the gas. So I don't care how deep you trying to sound on here, man. At the end of the day, you're going to need some food, and if you ain't growing your own food, you're going to have to go to the store, and you have to pay for some food. So again, we can all benefit from ways to generate more money, more revenue. We can all benefit from that. We can all benefit from ways to generate more revenue. D-Monty, 100%. 100%. And Anthony, you say, hold on, wait a minute. You say, do you have any book recommendations for basic black businesses? My goodness. I don't remember the names of these books off the top of my head, man. So I'm gonna have to go back to the crib, go back to the lab, and I got you. But I got plenty of books on black business, man. Hey, but what's his name? Reginald Lewis. R.I.P. to Reginald Lewis, but he got a book, man. Why should white guys have all the fun? That's actually a pretty good book, though. That's a pretty good book. But man, I got plenty of books, man. But I just got to go back to the crib. When I go back to the crib, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Blockhead Peace, what's happening? D-Monty, man, a mobile car. I'm telling you, man, mobile everything, man. When you out here traveling, man, you lit. You're mobile and just virtual things like that, man. I done been getting people. I done been trying to motivate, get people to do all type of things, man, to free themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? If corporate America is stressing you out, man, it's just really time for you to just disconnect from it, man. Yeah, it sounds kind of scary, but I'm telling you, it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off in the long run, man. Again, you gotta what they say. Begin with the end in mind. That's how you got to go about it. Like that's how you go, man. I'm telling you, there's so many ways to just really get money. I know people that own ATM machines, man. I know it's so many ways that people done got money out here. ATM machines, vending machines. I'm talking about, man, just real simple things, man. Once you figure out how to, all you gotta do is just get the money to fund one, and now you finna be good. Now you finna be good, man. It's passive, man. Get you a vending machine, man. Go find you a salon, a barbershop, put it up in that joint, break them off 20, 30%, whatever they asking for. Boom, keep pushing, then eventually get you another one, place it somewhere else, man. Now we rolling. Learn how to get ownership of an ATM machine, man, and then the little fees that, you know what I'm saying, when people use that ATM machine, man, the little fees that it charge, you finna get some of that, man. Come on, man. It's just a lot of different ways to go about it out here, man. It's a lot of different ways. Affiliate marketing, man. Go ahead and you creating a whole website that people don't even know you behind, and you just putting links to other websites, man, and people getting a commission every time somebody click on that link, and then they got like, man, depending on the site, they got 60 days, 90 days to make a purchase after they done clicked on the link, and you get some of that sale. Like, man, it's a lot of different ways to go about generating revenue. A lot of different ways, man. A lot of different ways, man. The money is out here to be made. It's all on you in regards to choosing the lane. D-Monty, for sure, I got y'all. All guys, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we said we ain't even talking about the dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? We you know, again, because there is no money to be made, there is no income to be generated without the person making it. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's where the currency, like that's the true form of currency, boom, is the mind. You know, and then from that mind, that leads to the physical action. So boom, you got the idea, now we putting the idea into motion. Then that's how you generate the revenue. So boom, you gonna always be the form of currency, the true form of it. Because without you, there is none, you know? DB, 100%. There you go. That's how you do it. And that's what they be doing. You know, these Arabs got these beauty supply stores and all that, making all this money off us. These Asians put all these rice spots in our neighborhoods. Woo, woo, woo. Just taking our money and whatnot, man. D-Monty, man, I feel like it's conditioning, man. We just honestly feel like some of these things that we have a fear of doing some of these things. And I feel like a lot of that fear comes from the fact that when we done tried to like move on our own, then it ain't too pleasant what happens to us. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, people be like, because I've heard people say it, like, if we do this, if we do that, then they ain't gonna do nothing but burn it down. They ain't gonna do nothing but do this to us. They ain't gonna do nothing but kill us. They ain't gonna do nothing but like that. That fear then got instilled in us. So it's like things like that. I feel like for the most part, collectively, we be afraid to put it into motion because we afraid of what'll happen to us. You know, but again, man, the money, hey, the revenue is out here, the wealth is out here, man. It's on us, man. It's on us to go out here and get it, create the opportunities for ourselves, man. It's right there, man. It's not complicated. We make it complicated. We make it complicated. We make it extra complicated. Like, again, when I start talking to people about entrepreneurship, just ownership in general, they make it more complicated than what it is. And then when I really start breaking some things down in a simplistic form, they be like, wait a minute, so you telling me that's all I need to do? I'm like, yes, to get started, it doesn't take all of that. See, we got this whole idea of like perfection in our minds. Like, dude, just put something into motion. Trial and error, that's gonna be your best friend. You putting something into motion, it's gonna be all trial and error, man. You gonna you're gonna have some great days, you're gonna have some bad days. It's like with my gym, man. I have some really great months. Then I might have months where a lot of my clientele they got sick, so I ain't making as much money as I did the previous month. But then I bounce right back the next month after that. That's life, man. I'm not gonna be booming every month. That's to be expected. So that's why I have other things to fall back on. I'm just not relying on this. You gotta diversify where the income is coming from. You can't just be overly dependent on one source. Like, boom, if this is not working, then I got that. I got that over there. So boom, it's diversified. So don't put all your eggs in one basket, man. You cannot have it to where if this doesn't work out for you, then all of your income is gone. That's a dangerous way to play. And that's how a lot of people with these 9-to-5s are working right now. If you lost your job, you have nothing coming in. That's not a good way to go about your life, man. You should be able to, okay, if this job is gone, then I got 3 or 4 other streams of income coming in. You know, so it's like, nah, like, y'all, you can't put all your eggs into one basket at all. That's a very dangerous game to play. So it's like, I got the gym, but I got other ways that revenue is coming my way. And it's got to be like that, man, because you never know what can happen to this one source. So you always got to diversify where that income is coming from. Got to diversify it. Like, that's going to be your best friend saying, okay, boom, I'm not doing good here, so I'm just going to pick up the slack here. But if all you got is this, then and that's not going well for you, then now you are screwed. That's not a good position to be in. Don't want to be in that type of position. And that's something that I knew going in the game. I'm like, nah, I don't just want to be overly dependent on this. So I created an environment to where that was not the case initially starting off, you know? So it is what it is, man. So I definitely recommend that. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. It sounds like that's common sense, but a lot of people do that. A lot of people are too overly dependent on one source. One source. Like, if this ain't working, then I am screwed. That is not good. That is not good. Peace to everybody just tapping in. Peace to everybody just tapping in with the kid. But yeah, it's not good, man. So again, I hear everybody not designed to be no entrepreneur, but I don't think everybody designed to be broke neither. I don't think everybody is designed to be living paycheck to paycheck either. And I'm sure y'all can agree to that. That's not a good way to live. Like, again, man, it's not a good way to live, man. Living paycheck to paycheck, always under that constant stress, man. We have got to liberate ourselves financially. So again, man, you got to accumulate that wealth. You got to accumulate those assets, man, so we can be financially free, so we can afford more time to do things that we need to do. You know, this is crucial. One of the reasons why we are out here not taking care of ourselves and not doing what needs to be done is because we lack the time. So when you get the financial freedom, you are able to afford more time. Time is crucial. Time is precious, man. You want to spend more time with your fam, but you got to work yourself, you know what I'm saying, to your grave, to keep the lights on. So again, when you acquire these assets and things like that, and you generating this wealth, you can afford more time. Like, I'm going to take this week off and I'm going to chill with the youngest. I'm going to chill with the fam. Because, man, we can't get that time back, man. And time is flying, man. Time is flying. So we need to be able to afford ourselves more time to sit back and relax and just take care of our health. That's important. Like very important, man. It's very important to do that, man. Just to be able to have that cushion, like, man, if I want to take this time off to spend it with, you know what I'm saying, family members, then I can. You know, so that's important, man. We got to just be able to afford ourselves more time. That's that financial freedom that we after, man. We got to liberate ourselves financially, economically. That's crucial. Very crucial. Oh, DeMonte, for sure, 100% we can govern ourselves. Like, I don't even know why people even be acting like we can't. Stuff is crazy out here. They got us so dependent on their government to where we think we couldn't govern ourselves. Like, it's crazy out here. And Chris Jefferson, and that's what I was talking about with the fear. Like, that's one of the reasons why we don't support it. It's like when people start talking about brothers starting their own football leagues and basketball leagues. The support is not there, man, because it's a lot of fear that's instilled, man. A lot of this stuff stems from fear, like deeply rooted fear. Deeply rooted fear, man, and just psychological conditioning to where we feel like if we separate from them, then we gonna get the lower end of the spectrum as far as quality and stuff like that goes. So we have associated anything that they didn't created, we have associated that with like the better end of the spectrum. If it's something that's black owned and black created, we like, the quality is a little bit lower here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we condition. You know, unfortunately, that's the conditioning behind most people. So we like, boom, if these brothers start a league, we feel like the only way the league could be the best league is if it's integrated. So if these brothers started it, man, and it's just mostly black, we ain't fooling with that. Even though when you still look at these leagues, the players are predominantly black. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just, they created it, so we going to associate that with that's the better end of the spectrum. Hence, when we had our Negro leagues and things like that, and yet we were striving to still be in the MLB. So our league wasn't good enough. You know, in order for us to reach that highest level, we had to integrate with them and go to their leagues. So that's how we still view everything. So if we start a bank, it's like, the best bank is going to be a bank that they own. I'm going to probably get more if I go to this bank. We're not seeing the long-term ramifications behind it. If I invest in this small black bank now, then it can grow. You know, so we don't look at it like that. Like, that's how the game is going right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how the game is going. You know, unfortunately, like when you dealing with a black business, they think everything is overpriced and they feel like the quality is not up to par in regards to the price and all type of stupid stuff, man. Because unfortunately enough, you have all these white establishments now that they able to charge less. Because again, everybody that invested in them, man, they making billions of dollars, so they able to do this. You know, so now they conditioned to this, man. They conditioned to these Walmart prices. You know what I'm saying? These dollar store prices. Well, we can't start off charging that. We can't start off being on that. You know? So it's an investment. Oh, Delano, for sure. Now, fortunately enough, I can speak on my behalf. You know, like, y'all know my clientele is predominantly black. You know, so hey, I'm fortunate enough on that end. Even when I was working in the commercial gyms, and I know the training was expensive, man, I had black people paying for it. So again, man, it's just like people gonna pay for what they want to pay for, man. And you're gonna have situations where it's people that don't pay for it. I learned, like, I just going to school for marketing. I don't do bad in that department, man. I know how to convince a black person to pay for something that they need, that I know that they need. So fortunately enough, I haven't had too many problems with, again, but it's proximity. All I deal with are black people. So of course I'm gonna have black people that say, oh, you too expensive, but that's proximity. I've also had white people be like, no, them prices a little too high. So I done had that on both ends. But proximity, I'm gonna deal with my people more than I deal with any other group of people. So of course I've had more black people, but I've had more black people pay for my services and not say anything about the price. Because again, working in banking, that also gave me one up on people too, because I know people are mismanaging their money. So that's another reason why I never had that problem. Like, I know 80 to 90% of these people can afford my services because I've saw it. I just know that y'all spending y'all money in the wrong places. So when I'm having these conversations, that's where the conversation tends to go. So I don't really have problems with, matter of fact, I had to raise my prices because a sister told me to. I had a black woman, I had a sister, shout out to the sister. She was like, man, she was like, man, you need to be charging about $50 more. She said, because I know what some of these other trainers are charging. Man, you better than that. So she's the reason why I rose my price. Man, at first, I was ripping myself off. That sister told me, she was like, not only did she tell me, she paid it. She said, I'm just going to pay you what I feel like you're worth. I'm going to pay you $50 more than you charging me. You ripping yourself off. So she paid me. So then ever since then, that's what my prices became. And I had another sister here recently. That she just, once the prices of gas and everything start going up, she paid me $10 more than I was asking for. And I ain't asked her to do it. She just did it. So I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shout out to the sisters. Again, these are sisters that did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why you will never hear me talk that bad about my sisters. It was one sister that told me, man, I'm finna just pay you $50 more than what you worth. Then another sister say, look, I'm finna give you $10 more a week. Because I see prices, I see inflation happening. Yeah, you ain't asked for it, but I'll do it anyway. These are sisters that did that for me. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. You know, so, hey, we cooling. You know, you put that right energy in the atmosphere, you're going to be cooling. You're going to be cooling on the business end. Again, when you're going into business for yourself, your mindset is very crucial. So I make sure each and every day before I start my day that I'm in a positive mental state. I can't be going into business I can't be going into my place of business with a bad mental state. Like, nah, I cannot do that. So I got to make sure, man, that mind is right. So I got to make sure I'm planting all the proper energy into the atmosphere, man. So I always do my little affirmations in the morning, things like that. Shantae, for sure, man. I was telling you, man, like she was mad. Like she was like, man, why are you charged? Like she was straight mad. So that's why she paid me. Because I wasn't even gonna go up. I was like, nah, man, I think my price is cool, man. I know what people charging out here, man. I'm good. I got other revenue coming from other places. I'm good. She said, nah, nope. And she paid me 50 more. So I was like, all right, that's gonna be my new price. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, you know what I'm saying? Muzz gave me a raise. You know what I'm saying? Like my clients gave me a raise. Like that's the type of, when you provide some good service, man, when you provide that good service and good customer service, man, your clients gonna give you a raise. Or what they would call a tip. You know what I'm saying? They gonna give you that raise, man. Oh, Zen, peace, what's happening? Yeah, for sure. Financial literacy, man, it's all key, man. That's the key to life out here. That's the key to life, especially in the wilderness of North America, man. It's not gonna make you, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna make you a materialistic person, man. Again, if you go get some gas right now, how you gonna pay for that gas? How you gonna pay for the gas? You ain't stealing the gas, how you paying for it? So again, like I said, we can all relate to this. You know, we listen to the music that tells us to get money every day. So now let's break down how to actually go about getting this money. Generate this revenue. You listen to the music that tell you to generate this revenue, get this money every day. But they're not giving you the step-by-step process. They're not giving you actual things to put into motion. So again, man, I hear this get money talk, but like how you going about getting this money? Like, yeah, these rappers talking about, but you're not rapping. So how are you getting this money? Derek, peace, what's happening? You already know. I'm in the gym too, man. I ain't work out today. I worked out 5 days this week, resting on the weekend, man. So we good. I've been doing some Bruce Lee style workouts, man. I'm following his regimen, his weightlifting regimen, you know, with a lot of calisthenics in between days, man. So we good. We feeling good. We feeling good. All intelligent mind, man. They afraid. They definitely afraid to make some moves. You know, I had to get over that. I was afraid to make some moves, and I just made them. The time is now. You know what I'm saying? The time is always now, man. Stop what you waiting on. The time is now to put whatever you thinking about putting into motion. The time is now to put it into motion. The time is right now. The time ain't tomorrow. The time ain't next week. The time is right now. Put it into motion. Stop waiting. Stop playing. Stop procrastinating. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, stop procrastinating. That time is now. Put it into motion. Whatever you're thinking about, put it into motion right now. It's a way that you can go about it today that puts it into motion. First step starts right now. CC, peace, what's happening? Kuma, what's happening? D Monty, let's get it, man. Bulking season, let's go. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get it. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, I gotta make some moves, man. I gotta hit this highway, man. As y'all see, man, I'm at this gym, man, so I gotta make some moves, chill on out, get my mind right. I'm gonna definitely try to tap back in again with y'all tomorrow. Hey, I might do another short upload today, man. People was asking about them books. So I might do a little short upload about with 5 business books that I recommend or something along those lines, man. So be on the lookout for that in about another hour or so once I get to the crib. But, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. It's always love. Ask Styles Peace. Say love is love. I'm going to get out here and let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday, man. Y'all make some healthy decisions today. As y'all saw me type that up yesterday or the day before whenever I made that post. But y'all be easy out here. I'm out, y'all. I appreciate y'all. But I'm out, though. Peace.